Welcome back to the Estate of Minds, the podcast where real estate meets real talk. If you haven't subscribed, then please click below. This is a new venture for us here at Validum, and we'd really appreciate the feedback as we want these to be insightful and relevant. So look out for future episodes or even visit the Validum website for more information on our real estate training offerings that we have. Okay, let's get down to business. Today we've got some very special guests from the Brisbane Lions. Cameron Rayner and Logan Morris, swapping footy jerseys for floor plans. And they're joining us today on the pod. We've also got another very special guest, Andrew Crowell, the Wellbeing and Excellence Manager. Now these guys are current and past students of Validum, so we're diving into what happens when elite athletes start thinking about property, maybe investments, their first homes, or maybe even a future career after football. So let's strap in because this episode is going to kick some serious real estate goals. So I might start with you, Andrew. Look, you've been part of this program with Validum for a number of years. So what was the purpose of engaging Validum into this program with the players?
Well, mate, to start with, Validum's a great brand. It's a trusted program. We know it works. Players are always well supported. Real estate's an industry that a lot of players are interested in. Yep. As a footy club, we encourage all of our players to have well-balanced lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Footy clubs and footy careers are really short. So if you have a great footy career, it might last 15 years. That's pretty rare. Yeah. And Cam's probably on track for that. Good, and probably Logan, the way he's going, he's on track. But the reality is footy careers can last 5-6 years. Yeah. So we need to prepare them whilst they're in the system for what life looks like after footy as well.
Yeah.
So as I said before, Validum's been a program where we know we can bring the players in.
Great.
They're going to get a great course and they're going to get great support.
Well, we love having the boys, and we love the fact that we can support the Brisbane Lions in any capacity, not just working with you, Andrew, but, we've worked with Cam previously and now Logan and a few of the other guys. We've had up to something like 20-something graduates come through the program, which has been absolutely outstanding. So the fact that they're learning about real estate, using these kinds of skills in the future as well, I think is really, really productive for not just the team, not just for Validum, but, for their own well-beings as well. So it's really great. I'll start with you also, Cam. What got you boys into real estate? And was it a passion? Was it just an investment, the idea of building wealth? What kind of got you involved in that?
Yeah, I think for me it was something that, I wanted to work on something away from footy, as Crouch just touched on then, to be able to have something at my belt that if footy was to be finished the next day, that I could have something to fall back on. And,
yeah, right.
Not necessarily it's something that I necessarily wanted to go into after footy, but just having some work and experience and obviously purchasing a house and then currently actually at the moment looking for another investment property. So the things that I learnt along the way are something that I can actually use and work with going forward.
Absolutely, yeah. And so it's been some real skills that you've actually picked up as a result of doing the course?
Yeah, definitely. And the one thing about the course, I guess, that I liked was there was a lot of real life things in there you can work on and things you actually use along the way. So it's not just, you're making up stories or making up places just to get it done. You're actually working on things that exist and things that you can use going forward. So that's what I really enjoyed.
Yeah. And I love the fact that footy and probably, Logan, you could probably answer this one. Footy is all about strategy and teamwork as well. And do you see yourself now that you're currently doing the course with us? Do you see yourself kind of using some of those skills on the field?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we use the room in there and all of us boys are working together. I know it's a kind of individual thing, but we, helping each other. And obviously that's a big thing for us and on the field and communicating and, working out methods to solve stuff. So you can definitely see those things translate into footy and
for sure.
It feels good.
And every Monday the boys come in, don't they, Andrew? We work kind of like as a bit of a community there.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, that's another positive as well. We build relationships with teammates that you normally wouldn't spend time with.
Yeah, absolutely.
My corporate card's copped an absolute this year. We normally
just letting you know, if you want a free breakfast on a Monday morning, just talk to Andrew. So and this is to all of you, who in the locker room would probably make the worst real estate agent and why? And who'd probably be decent at it as well? So worst, and who'd probably be decent at it? What do you reckon, Cam?
I don't know. I might go with the group that I had in. I'll go Moddy as the worst real estate agent. I just reckon it'd be too much for you. But
now, for those of us who don't know the nicknames, who's Moddy?
Oh, Moddy. So Darcy Wilmot. Yeah. He's just full noise, 100% energy, and I think he'd be a little bit too in your face as a real estate agent.
I reckon he told me he wanted to be an auctioneer. I reckon.
She might be right at that, to be honest. But I think if I was to have someone somewhere else, probably Dunks, Josh Dunkley.
Yeah.
He was pretty switched on with it all when we were doing it, and got those leadership qualities, which are great. So I'd say Dunks for sure.
Yeah. And he's another one of our graduates, isn't he, Josh? How about yourself, Logan? Who'd make a big, decent agent, you reckon?
Other than yourself, of course.
Yeah, doing the course pretty well, so I'll be all good to go in a couple of months.
Yeah, no worries though. You heard it here, guys.
Big fella, he's pretty good. He's sent me a few of his role plays and his walkthroughs of houses, so he seems to be learning a few.
Well, he's got a great face for radio, hasn't he? So yeah,
For sure.
I used my wife as she was part of the process in the role.
that's right. Yeah, with the role playing, exactly. Yeah, I bought a house. Well, she did, mate. Well, she bought a lot of you actually, I think. So, look, footy careers, as you mentioned there, Andrew, are pretty tricky things. Do you see yourselves maybe being in property if something, God forbid, touch wood here, if something didn't happen, Logan, to you on the footy field, would something in property be of interest to you?
Yeah, for sure. That's probably, as Cam said before, I have interest in real estate and obviously want to go down the path of buying a property one day and
Love it.
hopefully a few investment properties. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons. And then also, I can probably see myself. There's all different avenues you can go down. It's not just being a real estate agent.
For sure,
Having the license can open up to different pathways.
It does, yeah.
That was one of the reasons why I chose to do it.
And that's the good thing about these courses too. A lot of people just think you can either be a sales agent or an auctioneer or whatever. There's so much dynamicness around, not just investing but wealth creation. We get a lot of people from sporting arenas, elite athletes like yourselves. I use that word loosely with Andrew in the room, but former elite athlete. But it is important there. So I'll go back to you, Andrew. Now, this of course is a group project. So explain the purpose for you, because when we spoke about the program, you mentioned this as a team kind of building kind of thing as well, didn't you? So
Yeah, definitely. It's that's one thing I think it's a bit of a strength of the Brisbane Lions is a lot of our players come from interstate, so we're almost forced into our best mates, our teammates.
yeah, right. Yeah.
A lot of it's on the golf course, but we have players that don't play golf as well. So getting players to come in and study together is another way of building that real close relationship. And as I said before, real estate is something that a lot of players are interested in. They're either going to step into the industry or they're going to buy a property themselves. So it's a natural space for us to get into. And if I've got players that aren't particularly interested or don't know what they're going to do,
Yeah, right.
this is a good space to start.
Well, we've been running the program now, 7 years? Yeah. It's about time you stepped up, mate, and started to do the course. Yeah. For those of you who don't know Andrew is actually the player development manager?
Yeah, well, official title is Personal Excellence and Wellbeing Manager.
Right, okay. That's a maybe mouthful there for me, mate. So,
But I chose to get into the course because real estate's something I'm interested in as well. I think times change where, in the old days, you used to go to school, you go to uni, you get your trade, you like doing that.
yeah, absolutely.
For me, it's about, this may not always be my job. These guys are getting sick of seeing my face with now. They'd be nod. I'm always looking at what might be next for me and how could I progress. And it's study is certainly doesn't come easy to me. So it's challenging. So for me to step into this course is it's great because I've got good support as well.
Yeah. Have you found that you guys are both, Cam's a former student of ours, obviously, and you're doing the course this year with Logan and a group of the other boys. Have you found the course kind of like easy? Because I know it's open book competency-based learning, so it's not too academic but taxing, I suppose, is it?
Yeah, no, certainly I wouldn't say it's easy, but it what challenges me.
Yeah.
I think any education of substance shouldn't be easy. I think it should challenge you.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, it's certainly challenging, but the system and the way that you've got the program set up so you can navigate.
Yeah.
And I think then the support that you get from your team to help you along the way, along with having your teammates in there to do it with you, certainly makes it easier.
Look, and it is a license at the end of the day. I mean, technically, Cameron, you can go and get a real estate license and sell someone's $8 million home. Yeah. We're not talking small bickies here as well. This is a responsibility that, you guys have done something. It's a certificate in real estate practice. So essentially you have the prerequisites to make this a career choice after footy or during footy or whatever that might be. So it is a hefty qualification.
And I think with that, that's why, as I touched on before, with the actual real life exercises, that's what makes them so valuable, because obviously that transition, if this is something that you want to do after footy, becomes a lot easier when you've been doing it in the classroom as well. Yeah. So that's what I found. I found that the best out of the whole thing. Even though sometimes the little stories and role playing
got a bit of sort, right? Yeah.
But it's actually those things really do happen. So
absolutely,
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, look, everything in the course has actually happened to me as an agent or in property. So it is real life that you have been kind of learning from as well there. So yeah, thanks for that feedback. If tomorrow you were agents, what property would you like to sell? I'll give you some choices. Okay, Riverside penthouse, big acreage with a footy field, or other? What do you reckon,
I'd
Logan?
love to go like a nice, like one of the nice beach homes up in Noosa. And must big $25 million pats.
Yeah, I love that. Love that one. Yeah.
And
Yeah, is that where Chris Fagan goes for holiday?
stroll up there, turn down on Hastings Street.
Yeah. I reckon Cam Rayner might be up there soon next door. So
I reckon I'd probably go the other way. I reckon I'd go down to the Goldie, I think. Somewhere on the beach down the Goldie, which would be nice. Anywhere down there is awesome, I guess, especially in Queensland. It's just perfect.
yeah, we are blessed, aren't we, with both coasts? What about yourself, Andrew?
I'm thinking somewhere nice penthouse suite right near Big Park with a new stadium.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, close to the
Prime location, mate. Yeah,
To the ground, literally. See, there's a ground from the room.
yeah. No backyard to deal with.
What advice would you give someone wanting to study real estate while juggling a busy schedule? Because you guys, let's be honest, you guys have pretty busy schedules of media, social media with Andrew, obviously a whole lot of other things, golf, No, that's amazing. But you do live pretty busy lifestyles, right? And footy is a full-time profession. So you were balancing study and you were balancing being, a professional athlete as well. How did you find that balance?
I think it's actually good to do something like this because it makes you be a little bit more on with your planning, and I reckon that helped me as well. And
Yeah, great.
as Krause touched on before, I think you end up playing better footy when you're working on other things because obviously being a footballer, there's times it can be pretty stressful and you could beat yourself up over things. But having this on my mind when I was playing was awesome because you could come in the next day and work on that and then keep rolling from there. So I really think it's a great step forward. And to me personally, I think it's better to be busy than to be doing nothing because that's when you feel like you can go a bit crazy.
Yeah,
So, I would really recommend it. And
So you kind of found that a nice solace.
yeah, I was definitely. I think it's
It's
just
not a distraction, because it's a bit of a juggle, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I think it was better than, like having that to work on. And so obviously things don't go all the way on the weekend with footy, and you can come back and we'd come back into that classroom on a Monday morning, have a bit of fun, and then that'd kind of kickstart the week again. So
Great.
I think it was great. And as I said before, really helped me with my planning and setting up for the week.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about the life pie a lot with stuff I do.
It is nice.
We want the life pie to have lots of pieces. Cam nailed it. When footy's good, life's good. For a person who has a big footy pie,
Yeah.
when footy's not going great, life's pretty poor. But for those who've got really balanced and lots of pieces of pie, it's just one bit of the pie that's not great. Other things take her.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit the same for me. If I gave people advice, it's just don't think of that, just do it.
Yeah, great.
I find the thought of study for me is worse than actually study. So, don't stress about the fact that you've got to get it done. Just open the book up and start.
It's a valid point that you make there too, because a lot of people that do find, like I know when we first met the boys, there was a bit of, I'm not sure, I'm not too sure. But once you really, dip into it and you take the kind of plunge, and you guys had the luxury of working together as a group too, which probably helps the situation as a project. But also, I don't think it's that daunting. If you were doing this on your own, Logan, would you have kind of still taken the plunge into real estate in this course?
Yeah, I would probably, look to go down that pathway if I was doing it by myself. But I think doing it with a group or with a few teammates and doing it at a good location and makes it a lot easier to come in and love it done.
Yeah, great. So do you ever use some of the footy teamwork, like you guys work in a group at the moment, you're helping each other out and so forth there. Are you using more of a footy analogy when you're doing your course, or is this just kind of like study and what stays on the field stays on the field?
No, I don't know if we do, to be honest.
No, we kind of, we still obviously have that bit of banter and obviously teammates. So we get along well pretty with each other. So
what happens if someone's falling behind in the course? Do you kind of like,
yeah, we can try and get them up and about. But, I think as we sit around in a squared table, we kind of, pair up and probably help each other. If someone's struggling, maybe help them out with a couple of answers. But it's good to, obviously I said before, do it as a group.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I noticed when your group came together. I knew that the Lions were going to have a successful team, Andrew, this year because of the camaraderie between the boys and how they were helping each other. And you can kind of resonate with that off the field as well as on the field. I think kind of like that does resonate with both sides. You see that. Sometimes you get kind of like, and I've seen this with a few other groups, that discontinuity a little bit, I suppose. Yeah. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I think one of the important things about us is we're very player-driven. Like, I don't make decisions for these guys. Part of it is these guys are going to leave into the big bad world by themselves. I need to make them strong individuals, and they can't rely on me. So, I mean, even today, our schedule at the moment, it's all over the place because we've got finals. We're not sure where we're playing, when we're playing, who we're playing. So trying to structure up when we're going to get our next sessions in. So I'd have sent a message out to the boys and said, hey, let's catch up for a chat.
Yep.
And ask them the question, when you guys want to do it? How often do you want to do it? Or how are we going to get through this? And they come up with the answers, not me.
Thanks for keeping the chat professional, by the way. Yeah, I really do appreciate that, mate. Half the time I don't know what the hell's going on. I've had dinner. Yep, okay, yep, good to go. Yep, see you Monday. Yeah. So what have you learnt from, definitely doing this course? I mean, Cam, you've done the course recently.
Yeah.
Have you applied in recent times?
I think for me personally, as I touched on before, like I'm looking into getting another investment property at the moment, and I feel like that's been a big helper for me, like being able to see what I want to do, and then obviously going and checking places out, having more of understanding of what they're talking about, because I feel like sometimes with real estate, you can kind of walk in there and if you don't really know what's going on, you kind of just nod your head and you can be missing some pretty key information. So,
so you're saying it's giving you that confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I can go to like an open home or something and get the answers that I need and understand what's going on and figure out where I can go from there. And obviously there can be tricks and things you need to get through when you're getting a house or an investment. And I feel like it just gives me a lot more clarity, and obviously not touching on the side of actually being an agent, but from a personal side for me, approaching places to try and buy or look at, I think that's helped me a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Logan, how about yourself, mate? What are the property plans for you?
Yeah, obviously I'm a bit younger than these two here, but I'd obviously love to buy my own house, and so yeah, obviously the course is, even just like picking up things that you learn in the course and you're online or you're working out things with family and stuff, and you just go, oh yeah, I saw that in real estate, and you kind of click straight away. Whereas if I probably hadn't been doing the course, and I'll be asking all these questions like, what's that? So definitely doing the course gives you that extra knowledge and a bit more confidence when you look to go down that pathway of buying a house or an investment property.
Couldn't have pitched this better, guys. Thank you so much for the endorsement there. So let's go into some fun stuff. These are a few quick fire questions to the group here. Andrew, we'll start with you. Teammate most likely to use, do you know who I am at a listing?
Kyle Logan.
Oh, rightio. Okay, Kyle Loman. Let's go with you, Logan. First teammate you trust to sell your house?
I'll go either Cam or Josh Dunby.
Okay.
Probably they're obviously experienced past graduates, so
yep.
I'll chuck my house in their hands.
Soon it'll be yourself, though. Teammate most likely, Cam, to eat all the open home snacks before the buyers arrive?
Oh. Geez, who's got to go here? There's too many to pick from. I might go Logan, actually.
Logan?
Yeah, boy. He's always got something in his mouth, so.
Love it. Who'd wear a Lions singlet, you reckon, to a listing, Andrew?
Definitely Darcy Wilmot.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a story behind that. First time he had to go home the Christmas.
Yeah.
And he just trained in his whole Lions kit, and he was just going to get on a plane in that kit. And one had them convince him for about half an hour to get out of his leather. He was comfortable, just beautiful home in your training gear.
There's actually a rumour going around the club about maybe a month ago, and obviously there's a few probably boys trying to buy a house, and someone's been handing pamphlets in letterboxes, yeah, and Brisbane Lions players, yeah, and as goes the Brisbane Lions players trying to sell your house, so all the boys are trying to find out who's being,
I had nothing to do with them, I swear, okay, nothing to do with that. So who'd spend more time on their hair than on a property contract, you reckon, Ken?
Probably Logan Adele.
Before the game, he's in the bathroom every day, just trying to fix up his hair to make sure it's looking good for the camera.
I reckon Andrew would be a close second, I reckon. So who'd most likely bring a footy to an inspection? What do you reckon, Logan?
Joe Berry. Yeah, actually didn't that Joe bring his footy and hopefully he can, sweeten him up a bit.
Yeah, nice. Here's an interesting one. If the coach Chris was a property, what would he be? A fixer-upper, 2, or B, a luxury penthouse, or C, a heritage listing?
I think that one's pretty easy answer.
Heritage listing?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it. There's no one against me, but we'll let you answer that one, please.
I knew that was going to be a controversial one. Let's move on there. So who'd turn up to an open home doing like a training grill? Like, you got to go here, you got to go there,
Who's a bit more on the front foot?
Darcy Fort.
Yeah, 40. He could be the one. Again, and the easy answer is Darcy Wilmot, just because he's a little bit off centre. So one of the two, one of the days.
He's becoming a very common denominator here, Darcy. Who'd charm buys instantly?
That'd be Jared Berry, I think.
I was going to say Josh Dunkley.
Oh yeah, Dunks. Those two are very super networkers, so I feel like they know what they're doing.
Nice. Who'd only list mansions?
Huey Fugage.
Oh,
He just bought a big new pad, so
yeah, he has.
There you go. Nice.
Who else?
You went out the private school boys, wasn't it?
Yeah, Washy, Will Ascroft, Will or Levi Ascroft, the Ascroft boys. Maybe they're my better ones.
Who'd have their mum write all the property ads?
I definitely would throw myself under the bus. So.
There you go, Logan. Yeah, is here while I'm to do everything for. Okay, here's an interesting one. Who'd sneak their own footy trophies into the staging of the house? Just a nice backdrop, you know.
Probably Krause.
Proudly.
You got most improved, or maybe a team.
Maybe Victor's Award. Maybe Zork. Zork could have his All-Australian jackets hanging up somewhere or something like that.
Charlie, you'd probably do that as well.
Yeah, those two, Zorks or Charlie, would be the ones, I think.
So, last question in the quickfire. If the Lions played a real estate season, who'd win the Brownlow and who'd get delisted?
Well, Scotty didn't turn up on Monday, so Scotty Borlace, our manager, might get delisted.
Scotty's out. He's a student of ours now, Andrew. We can't delist him yet. Come on.
Grav, Brownlow.
Darcy Craven. Is he the best, is he? Is he good, is he?
Yes, and well, Darcy was the only one to turn up on Monday.
Yeah.
One out.
Well, there you go.
Model S that.
Brownlow by default.
Final question, boys. If you had to pitch the Gabba as a family home, how would you sell it?
It's got everything you need, nothing you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Like it.
It is. It's got a lot of history. It's got a lot of history.
Yeah, I like that. Andrew?
I'm going to say 1900s Queenslander. Yeah. On large block with manicured garden.
Beautiful.
5 minutes from the city.
Love it. What do you reckon, Logan?
Well, he's said everything already. Plenty of seats.
Only about 20,000 kids.
Plenty of car space. Happy days.
Well, look, boys, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the pod today. You've proven the Lions can roar, not just on the field, but also in properties too. So love that. And for anyone out there thinking of joining the real estate game, we'd love to see you at Balladum. And if you blokes are smashing AFL training and ice baths and still getting a real estate course sorted, I don't think there's any excuse for anyone else not doing something like this. So check out Balladum, get all your property career started here and go the Lions, and we'll catch you on the next pod. Thanks, boys.
Thanks very much, Hugh. Thanks for having us.